right? A bunch of cleave. Let's get over there. So we're literally casting Embercleave for free. Like, isn't that a little ridiculous? I think so. Because then we could Embercleave and Castle Embereth. Stop it. It's too much. It's, Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we have an 83% win rate Rakdos aggro deck utilizing the new tribal Berserker. Woof. You know, I seen a couple Berserkers come out and I thought, well, maybe there's actually not enough yet and there'll be future support, but there's enough to get after it. Even Maya's a fan. I don't know if you can hear her or not. So thanks again for your time. We're going to go through the deck list, break down strategies and synergies, get into our gameplay footage, and then we actually have a few extra matches on the end of the video that will show us playing the deck, upgrading the deck, and, you know, really fine-tuning it until the list that you'll see before you here. Make sure to like the video to help support the channel, subscribe for even more content, and support financially if you can afford to do so on Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. Getting into the deck list right now, Bloody Berserkers is a Rakdos aggro deck. That means we have the color combination of red and black. The aggro is, you know, shown here within our average converted mana cost of 2.2. It's all 1-drops, it's all 2-drops. And, you know, we've got some other drops here, but we're actually going to be reducing the cost of those more expensive drops. So, you know, the average cost here is actually skewed higher than it should be. And, you know, I'm sure we're running somewhere around, you know, 1.8, maybe even 1.9, right? So a very aggressive deck. Now let's break down the deck list and then we'll do strategies and synergies afterwards. 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst, sorcery speed for 1, destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, instead destroy creature or planeswalker regardless of its converted mana cost, and the kicker will cost you an additional 3. So, you know, to kick it, you'll need 2 swamps and 2 colorless. You know, that shouldn't be too much of a problem in a dual color deck that focuses on black. Moving on. The Duskwielder. This is a 1/2 Elf Berserker, boast for 1. So as soon as it is declared as an attacker, we can utilize the boast ability, or anytime after that. Target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is really, really nice because you can do it multiple times and it's only a 1-drop. Plus it's a Berserker for, you know, our deck archetype, which is nice because we're really utilizing the Berserker creature type to our advantage. So, you know, it's an early play that can be dealing 2 damage a turn, and it also makes, you know, a really decent defender. So if we compare it against something like Fervent Champion, a 1/1 First Strike and Haste, the 1/2 for 1 can defend against that. So, you know, the Duskwielder, I think, is a really nice card, even though it is just a common. And, you know, that brings me to mention how budget-friendly this deck actually is. There are very few rares and mythics in the deck. Don't kid yourself, they're there because it's a strong deck, but you know, it's not like it is only consisting of those, right? So moving on, we've got 4 copies of the Raging Goblin. This is a 1/1 with haste from the arena set. So, you know, you're gonna have this card in your collection forever, even through the rotations. That's what the A means, that when rotation hits every September, this card won't leave. So, you know, everybody's going to have access to this card. It's a Goblin Berserker, and this is one of the few Berserkers that we had in the game before, you know, Kaldheim came out. So, you know, he was just waiting, and, you know, it fits, again, very nicely in the deck. It has haste, it gets that early damage in, and it's a Berserker, which we rely upon. You know, let's talk about why we rely upon Berserkers really quick. Like, get into our 2-drops now. The Skemfar Avenger, a 3/1. Whenever another non-token elf or Berserker you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. You know, the ability to continually replace your cards with a new card is really, really good. So whether we're defending and we lose a creature to stop lethal damage or something, or we're attacking, trying to go really wide around our opponents, they get a few kills in, those cards will replace themselves from top decks via draws on our library, which is really, really nice. The Skemfar Avenger really brings the Berserker archetype into a somewhat viable form for us within our 2-drops. We do have more Berserker synergies as we go forward, but until we get there, let's talk about the rest of our 2-drops. 4 copies of our Bloodsky Berserker, a 1/1, which is, you know, pretty weak for 2. However, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put two +1/+1 counters on the Bloodsky Berserker, and it gains menace until the end of turn. The +1/+1 counters will stay there. The menace will go when your turn ends. This is really nice. You know, it's going to be a 3/3 right away. When you play this, you know, that counts as your first spell, and then you play something on top of it. That's going to count as your second spell. So right out of the gate, it goes from being a 1/1 for 2 to being a 3/3 for 2 that can go to a 5/5, a 7/7, and gain menace along its journey there, which is really, really cool. Very, very powerful. And, you know, as we continue to survey our way through Kaldheim, some of these free-to-play cards, the commons and uncommons that we've been seeing, are really impressing me and I think are quite strong. Moving on, we've got 2 copies of our Dragonkin Berserker. Now, this is not a required card here. It just is some additional spice on top that fits well within it. A 2/2 human Berserker with First Strike. Boast abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate for each dragon you control. We can also boast for 5 to create a dragon with flying, which is, you know, pretty decent. Look at this guy. He's got 4 wings. Woo! I thought dragons only had 2 wings. So that guy's got some good flight. And, you know, this is pretty decent. We can also, you know, reduce our boast here to 0, I guess. I'm not sure if we can reduce boast to 0. I'm pretty sure we can. You know, you're just reducing it by 1, so I don't see why it wouldn't. We didn't actually get a dragon out, but I'm pretty sure, about 90% sure that we could reduce the Duskwielder to a 0, which is really, really good. But again, we didn't make it that far with the dragon. We're ending our matches before we get 5 mana in play lots of times to even make that dragon, which is not a bad sign. So the Dragonkin Berserker is something that definitely fits within the deck, but it wasn't something that was super required. And again, if we felt that it was, we can, you know, easily trim it for the Frenzied Raider. Again, you know, super friendly card for the budget players. Another 2/2 Berserker, and whenever you activate a boast ability, put a +1/+1 counter on the Raider. This is really quite nice because it goes very well with the Duskwielder, and we don't have to pay 5 mana to activate it, right? So that's why we've got 4 copies of the Raider, only 2 of the Dragonkin, because when the wielders boast, the frenzy gets bigger, and, you know, that's great. Not that the making a dragon and then having the Duskwielders boast for free isn't good, but, you know, it's less consistent, and it's kind of on that top end, and we're really looking to stay really low end with the aggro. Moving on, we've got 4 copies of the Immersturm Raider, a 2/1, and when it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. You know, just helping us sift through our library, finding the correct card for the correct play. Moving in now to our 3-drops, 2 copies of Rise of the Dread Marn, and now this card I was really, really excited to play with as soon as I seen it. You know, some form of wipe protection is really good for us. Yes, the exile still gets us. However, for 3 mana at instant speed, we can create an X 2/2 black zombie creature that is a Berserker for us, where X is equal to the number of non-token creatures that died this turn. We have a lot of 1-drops, we have a lot of 2-drops. We'll be flooding the field with 3 to 4 to 6 creatures almost immediately, folding our hand just basically right into the field within our first 2 to 3 turns. And then, you know, we've got this to protect us. If there's a Shatter, if there's a Doomscar, Storm's Wrath, you know, some form of multiple creature removal, the Rise of the Dread Marn is really going to help protect us. And the best part about it is we can, you know, exile it through Foretell, paying 2 mana, and then we can cast it for just 1, all at instant speed. So, you know, Rise of the Dread Marn is amazing. You know, in best of 3, this would be a sideboard card, but however, we're playing best of 1 today, so it is included in the main board, but just 2 copies of it. And if you sense that your opponent has removal, if they're playing white sources and not creatures, get Rise of the Dread Marn out as soon as you can to help protect against some of that removal. Moving on, one card that ties this whole deck together better than I'd say any other is the Bloodsky Massacre. Wow. This enchantment saga is one of the better that I've seen. We can create a 2/3 red demon Berserker token with Menace. Not bad, right? Menace requires 2 blockers. 2/3 for 3 isn't great, but, you know, it's there. Next up, whenever a Berserker attacks this turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. This ability in itself is well worth it. Again, you know, we're flooding the field with our Berserkers, low 1 and 2 drops. We're going to have, you know, at least 3 of them in play, right? We have a 1-drop on turn 1. We have a 2-drop on turn 2. We play this on turn 3, which makes another. We attack on turn 4. If we don't have any haste Raging Goblins, we still draw 3 cards. We can draw more than that, though, if we're, not dropping a 2-drop. We drop 2 1-drops, right? Or we have that Raging Goblin when the trigger ability is, in play. So we can draw a ton of cards with this ability if it's played on curve. If we play it later in game, you're filling up your hand quick. And this is in combination with the Skemfar Avenger, which is when one of your Berserkers dies, you'll lose 1 life and draw a card as well. So, we are losing life, but we are drawing so many cards that it's going to be hard for them to really keep up with us. And, through the draw, we just drew so many more 1-drops and 2-drops, just flood them back on the field. And, it's a great time. But that's not all, folks. It gets even better. On the third and final step of it, add 1 red source for each Berserker you control until the end of your turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. So if we've got 3 Berserkers, we make 3 mana. We can now attack with our Embercleave for free. 0 mana Embercleave. Wow. Wow. Are you serious? So because Embercleave's cost is reduced by 1 for each attacking creature we control, and then the Massacre is adding 1 red source for each Berserker we control. If we dropped it on curve, we'll have 3 Berserkers in play. We reduce Embercleave by 3. We attack. It reduces it by another 3. Embercleave for free. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Plus we'll have, it's our 4th turn, 4 or 3 potential mana available there as well. We just received the draw through the Bloody Massacre. Oh my gosh. And as the cherry on top, we do have Rankle, Master of Pranks. This is a 3/3 with Flying and Haste. Whenever Rankle, Master of Pranks deals combat damage to a player, choose any number. Each player discards a card. Each player loses 1 life and draws a card. Each player sacrifices a creature. The haste, right? It's got haste. It's got evasion through flying. It's just a good card. And, I couldn't think of anyone better to lead, these Berserkers home than Rankle. I know it says Rogue, but this guy's a Berserker. Let me tell you what. And then, of course, if you're unfamiliar with Embercleave, equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike and trample, which I didn't mention. So, bringing it up into our lands now, we've got 6 swamps, 3 Castle Embereth, 7 mountains, and 4 Blightstep Pathways. Within the video, we did flirt with the idea of dropping a Castle Embereth for another mountain. Maybe 3 is not needed, but it's nice to have it consistently. You know what I mean? With the deck list out of the way, let's break down some of the strategies and synergies that you may not have just picked up on observationally. It is all about stacking Berserkers, right? We stack Berserkers not only for the Bloodsky Massacre. We talked about how the 2nd and 3rd triggers are absolutely amazing, and the 1st makes you a Berserker. But we're also stacking Berserkers for the Skemfar Avenger. Whenever, one of them dies, you get to draw a card, lose 1 life. That's absolutely great. Bringing us back to the whenever a Berserker attacks this turn, you draw a card and lose life. The attacks are declared, before the blocks and everything. So we'll actually get to draw through the Bloodsky Massacre our Embercleave, right? So if it's not in our hand, we have the Bloodsky out. We can attack, get that nice draw, pull our cleave, and still play it that turn. Which is pretty cool, but, if you don't, like I said, no harm, no foul, because the turn after that, we're going to gain all that red mana, and we can just cast it for free anyways. But, if the situation calls for it, you can do that. And, of course, we did mention, ensuring your field from removal through Rise of the Dread Marn, which is really nice. A little bit of removal through our Bloodchief's Thirst. And then we have the Duskwielder, which is nice through the Boast, and then that can be for free via the Berserker if you do get a dragon out, if your opponent survives that long. So, when we first broke down the deck, you're like, wow, 5 mana doesn't seem too bad. But when we talk about the Bloodsky Massacre producing a free Embercleave, you can see just how quickly we'll be closing out some of these matches. So with that all out of the way, thank you guys for your time and attention. I really appreciate you. Whether this is your first video or you've been here since the start, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy not only the deck, but the gameplay footage. We're going to start out with the final approved list, which is in the description below for you guys. And then after those matches, we do have, a little bit of extra for you going into what the deck originally was and how we fine-tuned it to the beast that you see before you right now, which again has an 80+% win rate. Closing out those matches on turn 4, turn 5 relatively consistently, which is a ton of fun using a new deck archetype. Thank you again. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friend. Don't miss out on our 500,000 gem giveaway. We also have 100 one-on-one sessions with myself going on, free cash prize tournaments, brawl and artisan formats every single month. Jump in the Discord to find out more about all of that. Today we're using Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant, a must-have for anybody playing the game on their Windows computer. Available for free in the description below. It's going to give you everything you need. And, you know, when a new set comes out, you have to use the deck advisor. If you're, you know, not like myself, you don't spend all the money on a collection right out of the gates. This will tell you what you have the cards for compared to the current meta, which is really, really cool. So check out Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. It also gives you your draw rates, shows you your deck, so you can really be aware of everything as you play. I love it. You'll love it too. That's available again for free to everybody in Windows. Check it out. Thanks for supporting. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to all of your friends. Support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and we even have an Amazon link that you can shop through, and we get a couple % from that as well. So enjoy. Again, love you all. Take care, and we'll see you with our wrap-up thoughts in a couple. Alrighty, opponent goes first. No one-drops, but I think we can make it work. Yeah, definitely the Berserker first, I think. To get the sack, that's okay. Let's just start stacking the massacres. A little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Should double drop this turn. Four lands, plenty. Rankle's nice. Let's get the Berserker in play. You know, I hate the continual sacks, but we'll keep first strike, obviously. Rankle's really nice. I think we're all evens, though, which could be a problem. They have an event. Just want to draw. The draw is more important for us on an empty hand than it is for them on a full one. Liliana can minus. Kills Rankle. Good play.
You grow weak.
Massacre in play. Let's keep the Raider. If we pull a land, we can toss it. Kill Liliana.
I'll be back.
Nice. No event, no win. Alrighty. Going first, I think this is a safe mulligan. Just look for safer land, or we just try to get into the cleave. Same thing, but worse. Now we lose a card. Same thing, but worse. Now we lose a card. Alright. Toss out the wielder. Charger in play. Yikes. There's no way we pull a swamp off the top. We need it though, we definitely need it. Nice, thank you so much. Push a 2-3 out first. The removal could be better once they equip, then we get more value from it. Looking for another swamp, to be honest. But we'll wait our turn. Anything's good at this point. Intimidator's fine. Alright, so they just get their attack in. Take our draw. The Intimidator's good. Just warriors in general are really nice. Do they have a Winota? Right. They've got that one non-human in play. So it would be relatively decent still. Let's wait and see. Uh-oh, Intimidator. That's real good. That's real good too. Usher the Fallen. They're just little deck cheaters. We've seen this deck online. Haste can go in for sure, right? We should also toss the Avenger in play so we get more draws. Now let's take our cleave, which is, you know, underwhelming, but if we can kill the war leader, not so bad. The one creature has menace, which is really nice. And we do get the draw from the Avenger as well. Alright, they're really thinking it through here. We could have equipped it defensively too and tried to avoid removal, but it seems risky. Do they have their own cleave here? Do they have a Winota? You know, we're getting hit for 6, 10, 12. They fall a little shy. They need haste. They need something because we hit back, you know, for our lethal amount as well. So whether it's removal, defenders, you know, a buff in their attack, something's got to connect for them. Fury. That's fine.
And save all Zendikar's people.
They don't have any equipment, so, you know, I think that's okay. They got the one defender.
Help me remake this world.
2 defenders. Okay, that's very good then. We might be in trouble then. And they're just gonna hold off. Yeah, we just let it through. Alright, let's get lucky. Not so much. They're gonna have lethal on return. Let's just go for it. Having the charger to defend is really good. As I break this play down before they do it. The charger defends the first strike. The first strike kills the charger. Then the charger deals damage to the Avenger. The Avenger doesn't get the damage through. Now let's let them see it because they're right here with us. No. I guess we should have killed the War Leader first. I forgot about the Embereth. Alright, that's on me. That's my bad. Ooh! You know, they have lethal, if not for this blocker. Let's see how they react to it. The axe is really good. And here you can't minus. It could minus 2. It should just make the token though.
My wrath is as sharp as my blade.
Equal to twice the number. I see. That's actually pretty good. We go first. You know, the hand's not the worst, but it's also not the greatest. We'll do our best, though, of course. We get a nice double drop here. I guess we could have went in with our Berserker, but it sucks to play one creature for 2 that just gets removed. Right, so we're trying to go across. If they have single target removal, they only get 1. So we can still do this later on, right? It's not like it's going anywhere. Robber's good. We have less cards in hand than they do, which is nice. They might try just to defend. Kill the robber. We need the 2 red for the cleave. I mean, it sucks not to drop our mana efficiently here. We should have taken the swamp to do that, but we can still use it with the Duskwielder, and that way the cleave's open if we get it. Forbidden Friendship's nice. I'll be honest. Take the draws from it. We get the draw. More lands. Another wielder. I guess we could have snuck that Berserker out, but it's really risky. Raid bombardment. Now that's something I want. We keep the elf back because we don't want to lose our draw engine. decent amount of damage. Down to 5. Raid Bombardment is really nice. Would go quite well with our deck. Nice. Torbrand in the house. Oh, that's so good. So they get a decent set of blocks here. Send our damage up. We get the draw, of course. We lost 2 creatures. This is a draw. I think that's a bit better for us. Plus a creature. Not like we're going to block it. We're at 20 life, so that's fine. The Calamity Bear. Too bad Torbrand's not a giant. So we get mad draws here. Let's just take it, try to get a cleave. No. No. Yes. That should help us with lethal. Of course, this does have menace as well. And I don't even think that there's a way for them to block. That works. Right? And we still have Cleave, we still have Castle Embereth, and full of baddies. Okay, we go first. That's alright. Keep 7. Hello, good game. Get you the hearts. Evolving Wilds. That's alright. Let's try to ensure our draw next turn. Wilds into a plains. I don't know. Let's toss the Thirst. I don't want to lose our creatures. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be control, and we probably don't need the removal. Alright, I mean, we're close. We can pull a land off the top. We also get a double draw here, which is really good. Melitus is nice. They gain life, they get defenders. Speaker. We get the land. Great. Good news. Double draw, we get removal. Great. It's not like they're gonna get to 27 next turn anyways. They gain life, they get another defender. So let's see what they plan to do with the speaker. Oh, Skyclave Maul. Nice. Okay. Good move, it's a good move. Let's take that out of the equation. Land in play. Berserker. Berserker. It stops a lot of damage, but is it really relevant? No. Take the attack here first. We do get it off the field. So I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna end my turn. They gain life up to 17, which is good. If there's a field wipe, we're screwed. Okay, the diplomat is fine. Kick it real good. And that's a massive attack. They might be able to come back from it, but it's a lot of damage, baby. Five mana. Skyclave in play. Birth of Meletis. Draw a land, play a land, shatter. Right? It could be that. Luminous Broodmaw. Nice. And of course, we can just go super wide. Going first, hand feels fairly comfortable. Very nice. Avenger in play. It's probably just going to see removal, but that's alright. We have our Massacre up next. It's nice that we get a 2/3 out of it. Another Hellhound into a land. We get smashed for 2. Ooh, champion as well. Nice. No blocks. Well, now isn't that a conundrum? I think we go for it. You have to respect the top deck, right? Respect the top deck. 3/3 is pretty good. It's a decent attack as well. They can't do anything about it. So we're keeping pace at least, right? We can get a nice draw going on. That's going to be ideal. Passage really sucks for us. At least it's untapped, right? Then they can't cleave. Untapped land there. They could have cleaved us. Oh, it's a green source. Champion. So they must have a fervent champion. A Rimrock Knight. Take the trade. Get the draw. Land and play. Oh. It's a cat. Poor girl. And, yeah. We're on the defensive right now. Let's just hit for 3. We attack next turn. They could cleave us here for lethal, I'm pretty sure. They have 1 spare mana to play with. If it's something with haste, they have potentially 2 spare mana to play with. Right? Could be a Brushfire. That way they have 4 attackers, 2 mana, they can still cleave. Oh! Return to nature main deck. Interesting. So we know there's not a cleave. There could be a, you know, boulder rush. Okay, they take our draw away. Nice. I'm okay with that though, right? Another massacre in play. That's a big hit. Get our damage in. Boom! And just like that, we've swung the match around with one good defensive play. Giant is there. I'd say that's game. Good game. We're killing it. Going first, I mean, we do have the one drop, but I can't rely on land pickups. We're going to toss Rise here. It's kind of like a late game thing. Playing slow. Nothing happening on turn 2 anyways. It's really slow here for us until turn 3. Let's take our hit for 1. 2 castles, you know, kind of crazy. Maybe we'll trim 1 castle. 3 might be too much. I like to have it consistently, but not consistently is my only mountain in the opening hand. So we don't really need 4. Let's toss a swamp. We should get a decent draw here, I hope. Unless they're willing to spend their mana on removal instead. Bloodsky, I'm assuming. Or Calls the Dead. Another Kroxa. Wow. I can't toss the cleave. We're so close. What if we top deck a land? Nice. Village Rights in full control on Kroxa. Gets them the net 2 draw because it dies anyways. That's not quite what we wanted, but let's go in anyways. That's what we wanted. It's a little late, but I'd still rather have it than not. And we just fold in, right? So Berserker in play, and oh, we only have 1 mount or a swamp. I was totally prepared to play the Avenger on top of it. We still want the Berserker in play first, so that doesn't matter, but it's pretty funny. Where are the Shock lands? I miss you so much, Shock lands. Come back to me! I will pay 2 life all day to have a land of 2 colors. Remember check lands? Oh, those were even better. Oh. Do they want to wait until they get a counter on us? Or what's going on here? This is Jund now. Yeah, okay. Avenger can go. That's sad. But at least we have Cleave. Right? A bunch of Cleave. Let's get over there. So we're literally casting Embercleave for free. Like, isn't that a little ridiculous? I think so. Because then we could Embercleave and Castle Embereth. Stop it. It's too much. It's simply too much. We get rid of the Javel Bane of Monsters. You know, if they have removal, we're screwed. Not entirely, but not in a good position. The Hooded Blightfang's interesting. What do they do with that 2 mana? Oh, nice. So we should probably just castle here rather than push this up by 1. No, it goes up by 2, and it's got Menace, right? So I think the Menace is worth it. Decline, because we need to cast it. If it was a land, we'd be screwed. So they have to double block it. Or we have lethal, and then even then, you know, they're stopping 7 of 8, and then we get 4 damage through if they double block. Having them both have Death Touch is upsetting to me. Right, because you die here. Oh! Don't do that to me! Alright. 3 life left. We have Menace in play, which we can put the cleave onto. So they need to play 2 creatures. They need to play a creature and remove our Menace. There's like a lot of weird things they need to do here. So they kill the token, which is the Menace. Good. 3 land in hand. It's not the right land. Cruxa won't see play. No matter what they pull here. LOL. So that's fine. It's a red source. We get another red source too. Yep. Good game. Nice little streak going, right? So, looking very nice. Our opponent goes first. Our hand looks semi-good. Very quick, aggressive hand. You go beside a very quick, aggressive deck. Embereth is good, but where do we sneak it into play? I might regret that, but, you know, the Demonic Embrace will be there when we get there, I guess. It's just the downside, which is not that bad. So we get our damage in. Do they have an opt? What's going on here? Moving forward, Demir. Zombie Cleric 0-4. That shuts us down real good, and we do regret the land drop. That's too funny. Let's just retain access to it. No attacks. The clock is okay. I mean, a little annoying, let's be honest, but... This is our first spell. This is our second spell. Nom 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 nom. This is relatively budget here. I don't know if we've realized that part of the combo wombo. Could be the basis to our new free-to-play deck. Being revealed. We'll just have to back engineer it. Reverse engineer it, whatever you want to say. So that's a main phase instant speed. Which means they're really looking for a land, I guess? Question mark. We'll see if they play one here. No. They did like their pickup, though. There could be a counterspell here. I'm really curious if it's something that's actually going to threaten us, or it's just the tap. So target creature gets -X until end of turn where X is the number of snowlands you control, which is quite a few. But they have to sack their blocker, so it doesn't really actually save anything. they go for it. And now they've got access to it because of the Necromancer. Let's see if we can pull a swamp here. Absolutely heartbreaking. Pull every mountain we have. We could have went in with our Avenger, went all in, and just tried to get the most out of it. They bounce the token. I mean, at least we're burning through their spells. That's good in a way. We're playing our Berserker. Really nice. Their clock's gonna pop soon. Oh, there's the Beloved Lands. This is a good drop if it can get there. It's double draw. Alright, we get 3 here. Down to 17, which is fine, whatever. If we had those black sources up still, that would be nice. And we already played a swamp this turn, so if we pull another land, that doesn't help. Get another draw there, don't we? Oh, it didn't die. I expected them to give us another draw. So, you know, they're going to get their clock, which sucks. And they've got a spirit for draw as well. Can we make this work? And they took our Raider. That's where it went. That's why it's not in our grave, so it did die. Do we just try to kill this Necromancer, or do we go in the air? Goes through. How do we have so much available mana? Where's this 4 coming from? Have I lost my mind? Where's that mana coming from? I do not know. That's got to be a glitch. No. Have I lost my mind? Where did that mana come from? Sure. It sucks. We should hold that up, but at a certain point, let's just go around the edges. Maybe this deck could use an Embercleave. We're getting draws here. Oh, just tapping them. Nice. Huh. I kind of want to go in with everybody's the thing. Getting the draw is good. 2 damage. Nah, we'll be okay. In our turn. Yes. End our turn. Oh, this is where that mana came from, was the Bloodsky Massacre. First match with the deck. That's why I was so confused. So we should use a cleave in the deck with that. I'm going to make some adjustments as we continue to play here. You know, That's not my proudest moment, but it works. This works nicely as well. You know, I don't know how relevant Arya is actually going to be in the deck. I mean, I want it to be relevant, but hitting those 3 black sources was really hard this match as well. I knew we were going to regret it off the very first drop of that pathway, too. Just tap City here, hey? Like, we'd be better off maybe with a, what's it called? Bastion of Remembrance. Alright, lots of, available snow mana available. Raven Lore at instant speed on their main phase. Interesting. They're looking for an event or something. So I think we're going to add a cleave or 2 and take out a first of locked lane or 2. This is really good, but this is like so good for the draw. Oh, yes. This Massacre is ridiculous. I'm going to be honest. It's a little much. So we could boast twice. Let's see how the blocks go. Or we have 3 mana to play. So maybe we boast once, and then we drop our Raider. Raider in play. Like, look at this deck go. Like, it's kind of crazy. Let's toss that Arya. So with a couple adjustments that we're going to make to it while we play today, I think we're going to have a really, really nice Rakdos aggro deck when we're done. You know, the Skemfar Avenger is just... it's good. It's good. Let's see how this plays out. Ashiok's not going to do it. And just imagine if we put an Embercleave in this, right? Another blocker, which is decent. We get unlimited mana. Oh my gosh. Haste in play. We should have done our Berserker first. It's just too much. I kind of want to just go wide on them more. Right? With 4 Avengers in play. That's like such good draw when we attack. Wow, let's fine tune it and get into another match. So, I mean, the hand looks actually pretty bad, let's be honest. There's not a single creature here. Uh-oh. Keep 6. Toss the cleave. This looks not good either. Hola! We changed the deck up a little bit. You'll see Embercleave in hand here. I'm gonna get that castle out first. We've got no 2-drop, so this can be our 2-drop. Right, and that actually will allow us potentially to get area in. Area? My pronunciation on some of these things is always, I'm sure, extremely out to lunch. But we do our best. Right, we do our best. That's what really counts. will be our 4th throw up. I think we can actually lose Arya 100%. It's more in a mono black build. You know, I really wanted it to work here, but she's shown her ugly head twice to us. So we need to get around that. I doubt there's a Huawei disruption. There could be. I also doubt it's worth using it on that. But it could be. Let's send her for a dive. And then we're just in tapped, right? So no harm, no foul on the castle. Everything's well. We're dropping on turn 4 as we should. No attacks. Let's get these massacres in play. If they have open mana, we definitely go Massacre over Cleave. Just toss them in there. This would be nice. We should have done that first, but we'll see. Straight chillin'. So they're going to bounce our token for the draw. No attacks. 60 card Yorion deck. And we were far too slow off the start. They foretell. At least we have protection now. They get to kill one of us, but we draw 2. And that's what's really nice. The Avenger, if it lands, will give us more draws if they wipe us. I imagine this is a Doomscar. No, saw it coming. I guess that's better news than a Doomscar. The Massacre is not really providing much mana. Oh. Oh. Huh. Just keep after it, right? We're basically risking that they don't have it, just so we can get a better draw next turn. Right. 5 cards in hand, you know, it's probably not great. They could even, you know, kick for 4, have something else for 2. Luckily, the mirror doesn't tap for mana as well. That's always something I thought the Magic Mirror should have done, is, you know, tap for a blue source. Oh, we should have insured ourselves. Good move, good move, good move, good play. Yeah, we got burned. shoot. We were so close to capitalizing there. I was greedy. We played the extra creature instead of holding up. So I think we can probably just show ourselves out here. Alright, let's go first. Avoid that previous issue. Right, I want to go fast. Yorion in play. Forgot to drop Arya. The Griffins suck. Lost the land. Oh my gosh. Grab a black source here. Alright, so we get them down to 10. They basically need to shatter us. They move a Doomscar over. Can they gain life, make a Griffin? No. Good game. And look who we pull. So the deck works really well. I guess we actually don't even need that. Why not, though, right? Do our damage. Bingo, bango, bongo. Very aggressive, right? Without a doubt, a heavy hitter. Alright, our opponent goes first. Our land looks nice. Hopefully there's a creature to remove. We get lucky with a 1-drop. Oh, nice. Look at us go. Killing the Valkyrie. No 1-drop though, which is sad. This is the boast creature though, which is good. I think it's a 2/2 for 1.5 because you do have to pay for that buff, but or boast, I should say. And again. Stack creatures for cleave next turn. It's not a very good cleave, and this is going to go to a stronger variant, but it does tap itself, which is nice. Double draw is just like so good. Embercleave in the house. Even though it's on a little body, it's still a big play. Doesn't always have to go on Annex. Angel of Vitality. Again. So they're wanting to defend now. Yeah, let's play this, and then we'll foretell. Yep. It's a big hit. We got trample though, so it doesn't matter. No death touch. How can we give all of our berserkers death touch? That's what I want to know. Right, what's the best way to give all of our berserkers death touch? Do we just run Zagras? This retribution is kind of ridiculous. It's very nice removal off the top. And I'm actually gonna kill this Valkyrie. It's stronger now. This has vigilance, which is good, but not that good. Not that good. Not that good. And we're holding a nice win rate even while we fine-tune the deck, which is a good sign. All right, we go first. This looks nice. If we can pick up a 1-drop at some point to fill the void, that would be cool too. They play slow. Good news. We have Cleveland available as well. They're playing slow. Boros. So interesting. They're just gonna stomp the Avenger right now. Sure. Really funny guy. Really funny guy. Oh, Jezekai control. Interesting. The plot thickens. Screw it. Let's go for it. By 4 Flying Menace that draws a card. So it's a good thing we did do that because we wouldn't play this. The only way would be to dread Marn or, you know, get another creature, which would have been worthwhile. Narset's gonna discard to kill us.
Let me demonstrate the proud. Let thoughts flow like river rapids.
Which is good. Merriment, nice. We don't gain any mana. And this hand is super dead. We could drop an Embrace or two now that we're running our Cleaves. That's probably our next edit as we progress through the video. Yeah, this looks really bad. There's just no creatures in hand. Yeah, that's game. Back to the edits real quick. All right, we're after it. I don't want to mulligan it, really. Hopefully our opponent's just playing creatures. We also get to draw. Let's get after it. You know, if they don't play, then we at least have the Raider. We should probably go Raider anyways. Right, like why aren't they dropping creatures? Doesn't make sense. Good game. They must have wrecked in a control match. Alright, our opponent goes first. We can keep Play our Embereth out of the gate. We don't have a 1-drop. Let's show them a swamp, I guess. Nothing special there, right? Let's foretell Rise of the Dread Marn. Nice. So we lose our Massacre. Or the Dragon. Right, they might take the Berserker too. It's hard to say. It's a nice play though, for sure. Let's just start cycling lands. Awkward, but it doesn't matter much. So this is Mono Black Devotion. I think we can trade with the acquisition expert freely. Just lower their devotion. Alright. Berserker in play. Avenger on top of it. Gets +1 on both of them. Soul Shatter. We lose the old one. Right, that's why this way. The new one can still attack. Down to 16. We don't have protection. We don't have enough to double play. Take the draw. It's more important. So we can replace it. Or do we just go for it? Let's just go for it. That way we get a bigger draw next turn. I guess it's the same draw, but we hold on to this. Okay, that's actually relatively decent for us. Do we find an Embercleave? Right? Do we get an Embercleave here? This is good for their strategy. There it is. That's good for our strategy. We also have the ability to boast here. For 5. And that way we can cleave next turn basically for free. We can double block T-Grid now. I don't think we need to bring our creatures back. We've got a pretty nice field. Right, 2 of which is tokens. Would have only been 2 creatures insured. Soul Shatter. Let's lose the Avenger. They get it back. The game. Right, so good. They actually get the Massacre back organically. That's really good. I never thought about this. This is brand new synergy between the God of Fright and the Sagas. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, cancel. Let's kill the big guy. Right, let's kill the big guy. And then we just cleave in for a billion. It's such cool synergy, though. I really, really like that. Our opponent goes first. Doesn't scare us at all. Right? No removals, so we go in with our attacker. A lot of Boros in the house today. Hey, I see you, Boros. I know you're there. First strike and play is always cool. I guess we should play our creatures after. We'll get better at our phases this year. So lazy. Bad habits. Really, really bad habits. That's it. Oh well. We'll be okay. Uh-oh. Isn't that interesting? Interesting as well. 2 mana, draw a card. I've not seen these runes be used yet. Liking it. It's got life gain. It's a 3/3. Whoa, nice. Really cool. That is awesome. So we basically bet that we're going to draw an Embercleave, right? Or do we just kick this thing into oblivion? No, we don't have the black source. We just chose to play a red source instead of the black source. So we have to go this way. That's okay. That holds up the Dreadmarn for us. It's a massive draw. There's no way we don't get the cleave. We get the black land. What? We do not get Embercleave. And they just let it through. It's actually not that bad for us. Because we didn't get the cleave, you know what I mean? Alright, Berserker in play. Goblin on top of it. Was that not our second spell? Or our second spell came before that, I see. I hear good things about Showdown of Skulls. I heard this was a really good card. Nice. So they get 3 runes. Very interesting. They put in all that glitters on it as well. Stop it. Okay, now we've got a showdown. No blocks, we'll take it. They're back up to 20. Oh my gosh. And we are so screwed here. We're so screwed. We have to use our Raider. We need a swamp really bad. I lost this match for us. Yes! Woo! Saves the day by our Immersturm Raider. Thank you, bro. let's get rid of this 8/7 life gain. Triple rune creature. Oh my gosh. And now let's foretell this with our spare mana. And now that the balance has been restored, we can continue on with the game plan. You know, the bad thing here is, you know, we can't actually cast this. We don't have the black mana, but whatever. No Shatter the Sky anyways, so we're saved. And it's really cool to up-regulate these Raging Goblins, the 1/1s, into 2/2s. It's not bad. It's really cool. They're back at it, right? They're back at it. Already. A 4/4 with life gain. Kind of silly, but hey, we'll do our best. Lock Twain in play. You know, and I think we just have lethal. So they're only killing one creature, so it doesn't really make it worth it. But we should hold it up next turn. But I doubt there's a Shatter. We could push this Berserker up to 4, though. Alright, they both go up. It also has Menace, so I'm pretty sure we get very close. The life gain will probably save them here. But unless they have, you know, some form of shenanigans, we're going to be okay. So it's going to go to a 5/5 at least. We've got 2 blockers, so if it can get flying, they've got us. We're not out of it yet. I think we probably also could have just went with Castle Embereth for lethal last game. Or last drop here. So they get all that glitters, which is fine. We've got blockers, right? They've got 2 mana left. I think this is okay. They're just gaining like a bunch of life. Isn't that kind of crazy? Right? Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah. They're at 14. We get really close. I think we just Castle Embereth here. Send everybody in. Woo! They gained so much life, and we just, like, kept cutting through it. I love it. Okay, going first is always nice. I mean, don't want to, you know, blow our black source here. And we still can't play our Embereth on top of it, so, you know, as nice as the pathways may be, they can kind of get you, right? They can kind of get you. I mean, I'm not saying it's not nice, but there are downsides. The main one of them being the castles. The castles are so good, it just hurts to, like, hinder them in any way. Yeah, I know, we can play it later, it's fine, but we're gonna play it right now because we can't just have it coming in tapped forever, especially when we only have one other land in hand. We missed out on our 1-drop, is what I mean to say. Waiting for our opponents. Berserker in play. Just waiting on our opponents. You can tell when people play real slow. I gotta jump on my stream, check out my hands, right? It's hilarious. After today, I'm streaming, you know, always just for fun, you know, making decks, and then I'm going to start recording all the YouTube privately. So, you know, if you guys are watching on YouTube after today, you're going to get some exclusive content, which is really nice, because, you know, it's happened so many times now, and then people boast about it in the chat, that when it happens, maybe organically, maybe it's not even happening, now I just reflect on those times that it did, and the angry people who just who come into the chat to yell at me. So it's like, I need a way around that. And it curates a negative environment for myself while I'm trying to make that video. And it's really important for me to be in a good mood, an uplifted spirit while I'm recording, making the videos, which typically I am because of the Twitch chat. You know, 99% of the time, it's really nice, and I get a lot of energy from that live situation. But, you know, sometimes I can't let, you know, that spoil anything here, so. We still just have to take the draw engine. I don't think that tossing the Embercleave is appropriate. Maybe it is, though. There are more of them. And we don't have the land anyways. We pull the land right underneath of it. That's hilarious. Thinking, bro. I clicked thinking and it said your go. Too quick. So losing the cleave there was a mistake. Let's just go for it. They either lose their giant or give us a nice draw. We don't really even need to Embereth. Let's just ghost. Take this trade. Right, we get a double draw here. Or land. Wow, we definitely should have kept that cleave. Flooding! That's gonna be game. Fucking land. Alrighty, you guys. This is a long video for you today. I played a lot of matches. I am loving the new cards. Like, Call Time is really fresh. I've been playing it so much that I'm finding it a little bit worrisome, right? What if I burn out too quickly? No, that'll never happen. Maybe if we were playing different decks too much, but, you know, the 2 decks a day is fine, and we're really just playing them a lot more aggressively, playing, you know, 10 plus matches, fine-tuning them, making sure that you guys get the best possible version of the list, rather than just rifling them off, which, you know, I can do all day, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we're spending a little bit of time and trying to really increase the quality for you guys as well. So if you find any value within that, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, support financially by, you know, becoming a member on Patreon, YouTube, or Twitch, and we also have an Amazon link that you can shop through as well. If not, just your time and attention is amazing. Maybe watch another video, and all will be well in the world. I guess. Not with this deck on the loose, that's for sure. Stop it. All right, you guys, you know the deal. Woofs in the comments below. Thank you again for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.